Hi, Leslie. Thank you for joining the Business Corner.
Thank you so much for having me, Teresa.
My pleasure. So tell me a little bit about your role as the Vice President of Program Communications and Partnerships for the Philadelphia Orchestra and Ensemble Arts.
That is a lot to put on one business card,
Right.
let's tell you. But basically, that means, in a nutshell, that I oversee communications for our Ensemble Arts Philly programs, which includes Broadway, jazz, family, dance, comedy, just about everything you can think of. It falls under Ensemble Arts Philly. And for partnerships, that's all encompassing for both the Philadelphia Orchestra portfolio and Ensemble Arts. And I pretty much go into the community and find ways for us to make meaningful connections with groups, organizations, and individuals. And I make them know that they feel that they're welcome at the Kimmel Center and the Academy of Music and the Miller Theater. And so anyway, I just go into the community and try and form authentic partnerships for the organization. And we look for things that really fit our mission, vision, and values.
I love that, because that goes into my next question about how important is arts and culture to the economic vitality of Philadelphia.
Yeah, I would say that arts and culture is the lifeblood of our city. It's what makes our city so livable. It makes it a desirable city to visit. People from the suburbs come into town all of the time to see a show, go to a restaurant, or to a nighttime activity at a bar. But arts and culture just elevates the experience, because you come in and you have a shared experience with strangers. It brings people together. Arts and culture, it does things, and music especially, that where words fail us in communication, arts and culture and music, they kind of help us communicate with one another and find common ground. And if you look at the numbers, there's $4 billion. It's a $4 billion industry in the greater Philadelphia area. And so it's very important to the economic vitality of our city. It contributes to more than 55,000 jobs here in the city of Philadelphia, in our region. And so it's a very important, sector of our city, and stuff that people should support financially by buying tickets, making a donation. A lot of people don't realize we're a nonprofit organization, and we provide free arts education for different school-age children, age kindergarten through 12th grade. A lot of people graduate at the Kimmel Center or at the Academy of Music or the Miller Theater. And so it's a very nice place for people to come and experience something great.
I love the inclusivity portion. I had the opportunity not too long ago taking my mother to a play. And, one of the options when I bought the ticket was, I want to have dinner, right? So I've never actually done that before. I was going to find a nearby restaurant, but at the Kimmel Center, it was an opportunity for us to meet other people, right? So when you were talking about the inclusivity, the social impact, I'm like, we had a table of 10, and it was good food, good conversations. It was like a really good layup, right? Until we got to the play, and that was just really good. So,
yeah, you can really find everything you need under one roof, from Volvera, our restaurant, to a performance and event. You can do it without even having to leave our building, which is wonderful.
Love it. So tell me a little bit about the important partnerships that have made the Philadelphia Orchestra and Ensemble Arts succeed.
So first of all, partnerships are what help us extend our reach into the community. Unfortunately, arts and cultural organizations have that stereotype of being for other people and not people who look like us.
Right.
And so we really have to work hard to make people feel welcome. And we do that through partnerships. And we do it by providing free and reduced price tickets, discounts for, different things. We create an added experience where we might have a pre-show chat with one of the artists, and we invite different sectors of the community to come in and experience art for the first time. And maybe, they're like an Ailey lover. Maybe there's someone who loves Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater, which is coming back in February, by the way.
Wow.
We'll invite them to a performance of the Philadelphia Orchestra's Florence Price. And the Philadelphia Orchestra won a Grammy for the recording of her work. And she is an African-American composer whose work was largely ignored because of the color of her skin. And so we were able to cross-promote these programs, these concerts and these events, and provide new meaning for audiences who may or may not have known about these artists previously.
Wow. So that brings me to a whole nother question about your approach to leadership. So in order to even gain these partnerships, you have to be in the face of these individuals. You have to know how they can be a good partner. So just tell me a little bit about your approach to that.
It's so funny, Teresa. A lot of people don't know this, but I have been in this region since 2003. And so when I got here, I was in television news. And so I met a lot of people when I was the assistant news director at Fox 29.
Okay.
And then, of course, I'm married to Reverend Mark Tyler, who is the pastor of Mother Bethel, AME Church right now. And before that, he was at Macedonia in Camden. But because we're always in the community and we're doing different things, we meet a lot of people.
Right.
And those relationships are invaluable. And I don't take those for granted.
Yeah.
And we've had an opportunity to meet a lot of great people, including you.
Yes.
And so we invite people to come to different performances and events from within our network. We have an established network here in the city after having been here for so long. And so we just invite them. I just want people to see me, see my face and say, oh, well, Leslie's there. Let me call her and see about, can I get tickets to a performance or an event? And a lot of times those calls, people want to purchase tickets. I even had someone call me the other day from my Links chapter, and they actually wanted to make a donation.
Oh, wow.
And so, your network, as they say, I hate to be so cliche, is your net worth.
Yes.
But it's very, very true in this instance. And if I can do anything as a leader and collaborate, I think would be a word that I use as a leader, collaborating with different organizations, social service organizations, different individuals, to just try and expose them to arts and culture, then I've done a pretty good thing.
I did the job.
Yeah, I can just recall growing up as a child, my mom would take me to Broadway shows in New York City. We would go to the Metropolitan Opera in New York. When those performances would come to Cincinnati, Ohio, which is my hometown, we would go all the time. And I thought everyone grew up with these experiences.
The arts,
And what I've learned over the years is that that's just not the case, and that I was privileged. And so I just want people to know that the arts and the cultural scene here in Philadelphia is for everyone.
Good. So tell me about some of the upcoming special events you're looking forward to hosting.
I am so looking forward to Alvin Ailey, American Dance Theater. They come just about every year. And it never gets old because the dancers are just so incredibly good at what they do. Their athleticism, their precision, their choreography is just always on point. And so I'm really looking forward to them. They're coming in February. We also have on Broadway Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh,
and
my gosh.
You remember that movie?
I cannot wait to see that.
It was one of my favorite movies.
Yes, it was.
With Robin
Mine too.
Williams.
Yep.
May he rest in peace. Well, we have Rob McClure, who is from Philadelphia, playing the lead role of Mrs. Doubtfire.
Great.
And we're so excited to welcome them here in February as well.
Good.
And then later this year, we have Frozen, Disney's Frozen, the musical. And I'm really excited about that. And then on our jazz season, we have Terrence Blanchard. He's coming. And he's doing excerpts from his opera that debuted at the Metropolitan Opera in New York. He's doing arias from that.
Okay.
And they're jazz arias, jazzy kind of. They have like a jazz sense to them. And the opera was called Fire Shut Up in My Bones.
Yeah.
Based upon the memoir by Charles Blow from the New York Times.
Okay. Well, look, I may be young, but I have a good ear. So I will be likely following up with you on some of these special events. Make sure we're in tune. But thank you, Leslie, for joining us on the Business Corner.